Hi, everybody. It's me, Brandon. I just came on here because something was on my heart to say. And I hope you receive this well. So, first, I want to say that as of recently, something has made me look at a lot of the stuff that I have like, wow. I, like the rest of you, have been looking at democracy like, it's burning right before our eyes. And I wanted to speak on that. Particularly in like the way how we are all handling it. I find it important to say that because as democracy is burning, I'm looking at what the rest of the people around this country are doing. I'm seeing them, instead of caring about their rights that may be stripped away if Project Esther comes into effect, or, even if the whole entirety of Project 2025 becomes in effect before even Project Esther hits, they cared about the newest TikTok dance. They're caring about the newest shoes, the newest clothes, being a streamer, being a YouTuber. All of these things are fine, have your endeavors, it shouldn't always be sad and terrible. That's not what I'm trying to say. But what I am trying to say is you can at least use your platform or keep people educated or yourself educated, because this is a time for education. Even though it is being slashed. But it's a time for people to be educated in what's going on in today's world. It is important for you to look at non-biased news like I've been saying this whole entire time. And I think it's really important for us to do our own research, to come to our own conclusion, and not go find sources that only upholds our own conclusion and our own personal rhetoric like I've been saying this whole entire time. And why I find this important to say is because our ancestors, we are living the fruits of their labor. From being able to vote, from being able to afford, affordable housing, to being able to go to college, to being able to, be seen as human, even if it's slightly, But, yes, the man in office is currently rolling all that back. But at the end of the day, we had at least, a chance. Our ancestors gave us a chance. I think about, for instance, let's just think of, an example. Or more so, not even an example, but let's just make up something real quick. This is how I envision it. Our ancestors had the football, and they threw it to us in hopes that we got it to the end goal. We got it to the finish line, whatever you want to say. And we kind of fumbled the ball. And every day that we choose to not speak on certain topics, every day that we choose to not speak on how democracy is burning right before our eyes and how it's being kind of stripped away from under us, we kind of make all the efforts that they worked so hard and they died for and they fought in wars for and they protested for and they just, they shouted and screamed for. We make that all be worth nothing. And I'm not just talking about people that looks like me. I'm talking about the LGBTQ+. I'm talking about the disabled community. I'm talking about people who are immigrants, people who come from different backgrounds, people who have, healthcare and all of these things. So many things were that our ancestors had fought for was to push the needle. To push that envelope of just saying we need decency. We need the ability to help people, to help this country, to help the earth, to help the animals. And granted, you can't help everybody, but God, help somebody instead of yourself, The ability just to look at people and say, I still choose to treat you with respect, So living in today's world, where instead of rights and instead of common decency and instead of things that we should be looking at to point people in the right direction to make really informed and, thought-provoking and, heartfelt, decision making, we are caring about so many different things other than, the sanctity and, and safety of humans, of animals, of, nature itself. Like, literally, like, everything is going down. It's not just humans, it's animal rights. It's every little thing that we hold dear or that's made or that's even became before us. My head is just like spinning on this because it's like everybody is talking about how you make money from TikTok. The newest Labubu. The newest, oh, check out this and check out that and go click the link on my bio. But it's like, what the hell are we doing? And then it's crazy because it's not only in this country. It's in several different countries. Several different places all around the world where people's human rights are being taken away and they are being seen as less than. Look at what you're doing. It doesn't make sense. I'm not saying that it's a terrible thing to want to talk about good things and, things that are cool, but it's also important to talk about the serious things, to keep everybody informed and safe, and to make sure that we don't go down the same rabbit hole that our ancestors had to crawl themselves out of. So, just make informed decisions. Like, go read, even if it's for a little bit. As long as the thing that you're reading is not biased, just go read it. I don't care if it's even for a sentence or two. Go look at things that goes against your own opinion and back them up with facts, not biased facts, but facts that, that actually proves what is going on. Think critically. Have the ability to understand situations and not make weird decisions because you don't like this certain demographic. Stop. So, that's all I had to say. Go read. Go look at unbiased news. Do something other than talking about the newest Labubu. Ew!